I don't know, man. Okay, welcome to episode 3 of Guys Talking Pies. As you can see, the situation has escalated greatly, I would say. Things have gotten kind of serious here. We're at the Stables in Downingtown, which is on Route 100, and I'm not from Downingtown, the other road. Yeah, so I mean, look up the Stables in Downingtown. We're Route 100 and that other road.
Right on 100.
Right on 100. Okay.
That's the Eagle mantra.
All right, so things have escalated. The Collective is a bakery that's associated here with the Stables. They have provided us a 9.2 pound roseberry pie. So it is rosemary, strawberry, rhubarb with a pecan crumble.
Bring out the stats here.
We also have Nomadic Pies from Kennett Square, who have provided a strawberry apple crumb pie. Those are going to be our dessert pies today.
And the defibrillators have been provided by Chester County Hospital.
Oh my goodness gracious.
They're at the ready.
And then we are starting with some savory pie that is available here at the Stables. One is the street corn pie, and the other is it looks like fig and balsamic with some prosciutto and arugula. So I mean, we're gonna get it today, boys.
Yeah,
we're gonna get it.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't really prepared for it to look like this. I gotta be honest with you. I mean, you know, for something that started as just an idea from some comments on a Facebook post, to see it grow to this it's been pretty cool. I, Tom O'Neill, A&M Friendly Movers. This is my friend Dan Wolf with Wolf Home Pros, and Pat DiCola of M Shop 360 and
Viamark Advertising
and
Free Trade Networking
and
Hot Shop 360. Yeah.
And anytime Pat has an idea, his wife cringes.
Yep.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Talk about business, talk about pies, talk about growth, talk about challenges. I don't know, man. I'm excited. I just got back from a little trip. I was down in Florida.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Didn't even know you were gone.
Nobody did. Got to keep the house safe, you know. So it was incredible, man. So like the thing that I noticed, right, and I know it from being in my business as well, is, and I want to know what your experience with it. How much harder people will work for a genuine compliment than they will for money, you know? And it was incredible because, like, for me, like, I'm out there, right, and my wife works in the service industry. You know, I dated heavily in the service industry before that. Mm-hmm. I know you've worked in the service industry, your wife as well. Yeah. How off guard people are caught by simply just stopping, looking at them, and genuinely thanking them for being there for a day.
I think if they don't think you're trying to steal from them in the moment, I think they're taken aback, because in today's society, it's just so fast moving. People don't take the time to do stuff like that, I don't think, anymore. Now, if people walked around with a button on their head, then you get it it probably would happen. That would happen much more.
It'll be coming with Neuralink, I'm sure.
Sure.
I agree. It's a very face down in the screen society right now. I remember from working in the service industry. I mean, I'm still in it. Sure. I am, every day. I mean, hearing those compliments about whether it be my guys or a drink I would make at the bar or service attended to at a party. I mean, that'll send you to the moon every time. Because, you know, 9 times out of 10, the cash will probably follow that, but it's a good recommendation after.
I do follow with cash, I would just let you follow with cash. But, I mean, it really is. I mean, it's just to watch an individual's reaction, just purely stunned at the idea that you were grateful that they were there and doing something. Yeah. You know?
Going as far as just learning their name, too.
Sure.
Huge one. Yeah. Huge step. I mean, I love asking our server every time we're out, our bartender, you know, what is your name, and referring it that way. That can be a big leg up for them.
It is. And we carry it right into what we do and the guys that work with us. Right? Yeah. And again, like that's the idea. And, you know, for us, for my family, for my kids, it's not who works for us, it's who works with us. Mm-hmm. You know, right. You know, I don't know if I've told the story here before, but I've definitely told it a lot of times. I have a gentleman who works for me who's been in the moving industry for 30 years. And he left where he was because of the way he was treated, right? And he calls me every day. He's been with me for a year and a half now. Every day at the end of the day, Tommy, I want to thank you for everything that you do for us. I want to thank you for who and what you are, because I stop and I listen and I know what's going on in his life, right? I know when his anniversary is. I know when, what's going on with his kids. And I think we pay a fair wage, and I think that shows in the work that the guys do, but I think that it's the personal touch that really makes a difference in getting an organization past just mediocrity.
I think the thing you're missing, though, is you're talking about it as a personal touch, but it's not really that. It's just how you are.
Okay.
So I think and it's genuine. I mean, because you really do care what he has to say about what's in his life. And I think that's more the key, that we have a lot of people, there's people that work with us, work for us. There's people in our circle of network. And I, every single day, try to reach out to as many people as I can just to see how you doing. What's new? What can we do for you? What's hurting? What's feeling good? Because I genuinely want to know, because I've now seen all this value of having long-term employees, long-term inner circle relationships, business and personal. And I just want to keep all those people top of mind.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah, stopping and listening is a big part of that. I mean, we've known that. We've had our employees were 1099, some of them for up to 4 years with us. Started out as helpers, loading up the trucks, moving from that, but they knew our culture from the top down because we were working in the field with them. I mean, they heard the day-to-day struggle, the little the little tit for tat, but bringing those moments up in company meetings and giving them almost that environment to be able to speak that way, I think is kind of what the turning point was for us. Them knowing that we were listening and saying, hey, what isn't working for you right now in the field? What isn't working in the back office? And I mean, that's just, I think, some sort of runoff from actually listening to them about their day-to-day and their personal lives.
I think so, yeah. I mean, Dan brought up a point. I always wonder about this, and Pat, you probably have some insight. At what point is too much? Is there such a thing as too much transparency with the people in the organization that you run? Right, those pain points. Like, is there a benefit of sharing them and letting people grow through it with you? And I found that there is, but at what point does it become a detriment?
I feel like I'm a protector of people around me, even personal life, and I'll tend to just handle things internally, which is probably a big fault. I think I should be more transparent about stuff. But early on in the business, I have partners, there was times where we didn't get paid for a month or two. Our employees never saw a blip.
Yep.
So is that the transparency that I don't want to share that and have people worry that it's not a stable place to work. This was years ago.
Sure.
But that occurred, absolutely. I think it's a fine line between protecting and then hiding. Okay. If that answers your question.
Yeah, we were very open about it with our guys. If a problem occurred out in the field, it usually came from the top down. I mean, obviously, it's just because maybe it wasn't clarified, the point, making it across to them, but also, voicing those consequences of it too. I mean, that's one right there. Owners are probably going to be last to pay.
Oh, always.
Yeah,
especially in the beginning.
Now, moving forward, not that we've ever vocalized, obviously it's out there now, but I don't think any of our employees would be surprised one bit whatsoever.
That it happened.
And we just, that's part of doing business.
I've been transparent about it, with the guys. You know what I mean? Like, we're a very seasonal business, and I always think I'm prepared enough, and then I think we make adjustments in our lifestyle just enough that I'm really never prepared enough. But we always pull, I can pull out of it really quickly, but it's always employees first. It's always making sure that they're taken care of and that they're paid.
Right.
And, I think the cool part is like when they see that like on the backside, because I mean I share it in real time. It's kind of after there's a little bit of a solution as to like what's
Right.
going on. You know what I mean? And,
Right.
and they're like, well, I had a hard time paying my rent. And I'm like, well, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like I didn't pay mine for like 4 months. You know what I mean? Like, but we made sure that you guys got paid through that whole thing. So I mean, I guess it builds a certain amount of loyalty to the organization. Hopefully, I would hope. You know.
I think also things that have occurred over the years is we've had employees with second jobs that they've had to have. And it's become, we had a guy coming in and he looked like he was falling asleep. We're like, what's going on? He goes, well, I got to work this job at night and on the weekends because that's my rent. And we're like, well, how much are you making? And there was a number. I'm like, okay, let's figure out a way to get that and get you there. And we did. And they quit their other job. I mean, that was because we want to invest in them. They're investing in our dreams. We want to invest in them.
That's the key.
And we bought employees of cars before. Like we have to do what we have to do to make people be able to work and not worry about financial things. I don't really feel that that's healthy.
I would say that the employees themselves were some of our reasons for the biggest jumps in the business. Bringing on W-2, because we have some young guys there, and when they were first hit with that 1099 bill at tax season, going, what is this? We knew that was a concern. So take the necessary steps to make that happen. Not having to take personal vehicles anywhere, so making sure you have a fleet. In the trades, that's a big one, but an expensive one. It's cool to see those. I mean, literally those moments with the employees is like catalysts to see these big jumps in the business as well.
Right.
But it's also being very transparent with them too. I keep going back to that. We've just got a very open line of communication. I think every one of our guys on our team will say that. But I don't know if it works for every company. I think in some cases, you do have to keep the bail.
I just came from a place prior to this life where I worked for someone that was very greedy and very use them up and throw them out mentality for a long time. I was with the company for 20 years. Wow. And it was just not a good environment, very toxic, a lot of hiding, a lot of taking back. I'll tell the story. It's one of the funniest things I've ever come across.